Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another live Manchester United update show on the channel. Today's video is mostly going to be my match preview to Manchester United versus Liverpool, talking about the game, talking about some injury problems they're having, talking about what I expect to see from the game and more, as well as giving you some updates on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's future. Zidane is ready to take the Manchester United job. He wants the job, and if Ole is sacked, Zidane won't say no. That report's coming out, news saying that if Ole gets embarrassed by Liverpool, he is sacked. Will Ole save his job? What will happen? Can Ole produce a miracle? Bruno, Fred, Rashford, all amongst names that could be out injured. My camera is kind of going out of focus already. Hopefully that focuses. That's kind of annoying me now. But lots of players could be injured. Bruno reportedly out. But he's obviously, we don't know for sure. Bruno, basically, Varane's 100% out. Varane's 100% injured. Bruno's a doubt. Rashford's a doubt. Fred's a doubt. Martial's a doubt. And ACCOMADATE is a doubt. And that's a lot of injuries, especially considering Solskjaer's job is kind of on the line this game. If Liverpool outplay us at home to Old Trafford, Solskjaer will probably get sacked. This is what happened with Mourinho. We were told Mourinho's job was safe because he turned it around 3-2 versus Newcastle. We were told before the Liverpool game Mourinho's job was somewhat safe. Mourinho lost to Liverpool. He got sacked. I think that's the same situation with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And we know that Zinedine Zidane is literally just sitting there waiting for that call for that Manchester United job. So this is Ole's job to save his game. And if he doesn't have Bruno, he doesn't have Rashford, he doesn't have Fred, he doesn't have Varane, ACCOMADATE and obviously Martial haven't been used much this season, but they're unavailable. He could be screwed. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you ways Man United can play without Bruno, without Fred, without Rashford. And believe it or not, I know that Fred hasn't been great this season. I know Fred has not been great this season, but believe it or not, Fred will be a miss versus Liverpool. Fred will be a miss festival. Ideally, I'd like to see Matic and Donny and Pogba as a midfield three if Bruno's out in a 4-3-3. But Fred will be a miss versus Liverpool because McTominay is not that good defensively. Matic he doesn't trust and is quite slow. Fred actually is probably best suited to that pivot role when it comes to Big Six teams. You know, you're probably like, oh, let me click off this now. Fred will probably be a miss versus Liverpool because if he doesn't have Fred, then he can't play Fred. And we know that McTominay and Pogba doesn't work. McTominay just basically is so poor defensively that Pogba just has to play as a CDM. And, you know, it could be Matic and McTominay, and that's a bit like two static, tall players. You know, I feel like Fred's going to be a miss. I'd like to see Matic and Donny play out. I really would. I'd love to see them given a chance. I know they went. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer basically came out in his press conference and was like, I don't need Donny van de Beek. He literally said, I don't need Donny, but when he gets his chance, I hope he takes it. Ole's basically come out and publicly said that he doesn't think he needs Donny van de Beek. You signed a midfielder for £35 million who was a Ballon d'Or nominee, wanted by Real Madrid and Barcelona, and none of our midfielders have played well this season. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come out and said he doesn't need Donny. I don't get it. It's not like Fred's been putting in masterclasses. Fred was good versus Atalanta, but if you take away the Atalanta game, Fred's been shit all season. McTominay hasn't had one good game. He's been shit all season. Paul Popper's been hit or miss. His best games have come on the left. Matic has been a bit iffy. Why is Ole coming out and saying he doesn't need Van de Beek when all our midfielders have been like underperforming? I don't know, guys. I honestly don't know. I'm going to get through a few live chats in just a second. Brighton, very impressive today. Despite Brighton losing 3-1 to Manchester City, like they actually didn't even look that bad. That's the thing. Fred and Matic and Pogba and Fred run for Matic. And Ollie's lineup, the hair wham, Saka, Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw, Matic, Mctominay, Pogba, Lingard, Greenwood, Varane. I tell you what, I do not want to see Paul Pogba on the left tomorrow because look, I said this before and I'll say it again. Our best chance of beating Liverpool is exposing Trent. We know what Rashford's done to Trent. If Rashford's fit, you have to play him. But if Rashford's not fit, put Sancho on the left-hand side. Put Martial on the left-hand side if he's fit. Because I tell you what, when Trent comes across a good winger, he's fucked. And you know what? If Trent has a good winger, he has to stay back. And if Trent has to stay back, Salah gets the support going forward. I do not want Pogba playing on the left-hand side versus Trent Alexander-Arnold because you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Defensively, he is championship level defensively. Attacking-wise, brilliant. but you know, he will get ruined by Rashford, and Paul Pogba won't do that much damage to Trent. And for me, our only way to cause Liverpool problems is getting in behind with the likes, you know, with our attacking players. So I really, really, really hope that Ollie doesn't play Pogba on the left to accommodate Fred, but Fred, again, might be out injured. Guys, quickly, before I get into the video, before I read out a few live chats, before I get into all my talking points, please do smash a like on the video. Let's go for 200 likes on this live stream. And as well, do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new to the channel and you want to stay coughing again, up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news. I will be live 3:45 p.m. tomorrow for a Manchester United versus Liverpool watch along. I will be live for a watch along and match reaction to Manchester United versus Liverpool tomorrow. So do subscribe for that. I'm still ill. I'm still coughing. I think my immune system's given up. I've been coughing for 2 weeks now. Probably should get it checked out. But we move. And also, quickly, before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Surfshark. There will be a link in the description and a link pinned in the chat to go download Surfshark, because with my code ATF, you get 83% off and 3 months free. Now, that's a fucking good deal. Surfshark's a VPN. VPN is something I use all the fucking time. Like, the reason I'm sponsoring it is because it's a good deal. It's a good VPN. For those 3 p.m. Saturday kickoffs, if you live in England, you can't watch them. We won't be able to watch Manchester United versus Watford in 3 weeks because it's not shown in England. You download Surfshark VPN, you can now have access to all the American sites that show the match. You can now click on dodgy Twitter links without your phone getting hacked. Surfshark gives you protection on your phone, and also it means that you can like watch games that you can't watch in England. You know, because Surfshark, I can download Peacock, change my localization to America, watch the game shown on Peacock, USA Network, etc. So before I just big up Surfshark, code ATF 80% off, link in the description to download. But let's get into the stream. I've got lots and lots to talk about. We got key players out, as I sort of pressed on. We'll talk about some of the comments Ollie made in the presser. I'll talk about the Rashford versus Trent. We'll get into more detail about that. We'll talk about, could Salah get Ollie sacked? We'll talk about the latest news on Zidane, the latest news on Ollie's job. How safe is Ollie's job? I'll show you the predicted lineup and the leaked lineup I've been sent for the game tomorrow. I also want to say, you know, Everton got completely embarrassed by Watford today, and we let Everton come to Old Trafford and outplay us with that same team. We are awful. Like, we are in relegation form. I hate to see this, you know. We haven't won a Premier League game in 33 days. We haven't won a Premier League game in 33 days. Arsenal and Wolves are basically equal on points with us now. Arsenal and Wolves got 0 points in their first 3 games. They're basically level with us because we haven't won a Premier League game in 33 games. Right now, Manchester United outside the Premier League on relegation form. Relegation form, losing to Leicester, losing to Villa, getting a scrappy point versus Everton that we didn't deserve. You know, Manchester United are playing relegation level football at the moment, and that needs to change. And Liverpool is our first real test this season. We haven't been tested this season. Atalanta played very similar to Leeds, by the way, guys. Newcastle, crap. Leeds, crap. We haven't had a test this season, and Liverpool's our first test. And Liverpool have got Salah, who's arguably one of the best players, if not the best player in the world right now, on current form. Like, you know, I'm not afraid out there. Like, not good. This is our first test, and if Ollie gets humiliated, he'll be gone. Just like Mourinho, if Ollie loses to Liverpool, he will likely be sacked. Now, I think if we lose narrowly and we're a bit unlucky, he won't be sacked. But what I'm saying is, if Ollie gets humiliated by Liverpool, the fans are going to tell him it's Liverpool. Man United's arch rivals is Liverpool. As a Man United fan, I'd rather City win the next Premier League than Liverpool win the next Premier League. I'd rather City win 5 more Premier Leagues than Liverpool win 1 more Premier League, because Liverpool's our arch rival. And a lot of Man United fans feel that way. Like, it's now, I know City are rivals, but like, Liverpool's the arch rival. Like, we hate Liverpool as a United fan base. And, you know, if you lose to Liverpool, the fans will lose it. And if the fans lose it, the Glazers lose money. And the Glazers, when they lose money, they have to do something. And to get the money back, they'd sack Ollie. And I said this before, I say this again. You know, just because journalists are coming out saying Ollie's job is safe doesn't mean it's safe. Mourinho's job was safe after his 3-2 comeback versus Newcastle. He lost to Liverpool. He lost his job. Ollie's in that same situation with Mourinho, because if we lose to Liverpool, and if we lose quite badly to Liverpool, Arsenal will be above us. If we get thrashed by Liverpool and they fuck over our goal difference, Arsenal will be sitting above us in the Premier League table. And you seriously think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won't be getting sacked if Arsenal are sitting above us in the Premier League table? He's got to go. He's got to fucking 100% go. Arsenal are a mid-table club. They could literally be above us in the Premier League if we lose to Liverpool tomorrow. And that would be one absolute disgrace. I would We cannot. If Arsenal go above us in the Premier League, that's their trophy. Because if you're an Arsenal fan, you don't really have much to live for. You don't have much to look forward to. You know, Arsenal know realistically that they might get in the Conference League if they have a good season. So Arsenal's trophy will be being above United for 2 weeks, whether it's 2 weeks or it's 3 weeks. If Arsenal are above us, they'll celebrate that like a trophy. I'm a little bit coffee at the moment, so I do apologise for that. But smash a like on the video. David Lee says, Ollie the PE teacher, he is clueless. We're going to see how clueless Ollie is tomorrow. Will he change it up? If we get Zidane, Donny will get time, 100%. Could Donny outlast Ollie? Because Ollie's literally come out and said publicly he doesn't need Donny, which I think is absolutely mad, absolute stupidity. The fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come out and said he doesn't need Donny, even when all of his midfielders this season have been pretty bang average, if not shit. I think it's absolute stupidity that Ollie's come out and said he doesn't need Donny. But we'll talk about that in a second as well. And Chelsea's score was the biggest shock, but Watford winning 5-2, were losing 2-1 in the 78th minute. Yeah, 100%. Watford produced some kind of absolute miracle. Were they really losing 2-1 in the 7th? How quick was this comeback? Oh my god, 78, 80. I knew they were 2-1 down, but I didn't realise it took them the 70th minute. That Watford comeback is fucking class. Them Everton fans, oh my god, those Everton fans must be losing it. And Pogba playing on the left, I'm saying this right now. I think Pogba will play on the left. I think because Rashford's injured, I hate to say it, but because Rashford's injured and Ollie will probably force Fred and Bruno to play with injuries, I think it will be Fred with Pogba on the left. I really worry that it will be, but I don't want to see Paul Pogba on the left versus Liverpool because he's not going to be effective. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's game plan versus Liverpool is to sit back, soak up the pressure and counter-attack. You can't counter-attack with Paul fucking Pogba. Pogba starts the counter-attacks. You need him deep to start the counter-attacks. He can't be involved in the counter-attack because he doesn't have the pace or the electricity. And I just think, if Man United seriously want to beat Liverpool, and, we could go toe-to-toe to Liverpool. I think if we really wanted to beat Liverpool, we could, if Bruno's injured, play a midfield three of Matic holding, Donny is the box-to-box, and Pogba is another box-to-box. An actual 4-3-3, not a 4-2-3-1. Control the ball and try and play toe-to-toe Liverpool and outplay them. Ollie won't do that. So Ollie's going to try and beat Liverpool in the counter-attack. But if you're playing Paul Pogba on the left-hand side, Trent's got that fine. Trent, his weakness is Rashford. Sancho, Martial, Greenwood, they're going to cause Trent problems. The ball in behind is going to cause Liverpool problems because they have a high line. So for me, if we do want to beat Liverpool, we can't be putting Paul Pogba on the left because their weak spot is Trent. You need Rashford, you need Martial, you need Sancho to cause Trent those problems. Because if you have Rashford playing, Trent's going to have to stay further back, meaning that Salah gets less support from Trent as well, which might, it won't stop Salah, but it makes it easier for us. Like we need to make sure, because we could go toe to toe with Liverpool and try and outplay them. That's not going to happen, especially with Ollie's tactics. We're going to try and hit Liverpool in the break. If we try and hit Liverpool in the break, it's got to be Rashford, Ronaldo, Sancho front three. If Rashford's out, it's got to be Sancho or Martial on the left, Greenwood on the right, Ronaldo up top. That's what I think. I do not want to see Pogba on the left because it won't work versus Liverpool. I don't sound negative or no, or like it might work. Pogba on the left works really, really well when you're trying to break down teams. Pogba on the left is really, really effective when you're trying to break down a team. But Paul Pogba is best in the middle when he gets a lot of the ball. The reason Paul Pogba hasn't been brilliant in the middle this season for Manchester United is because he's played next to McTominay or played next to Fred that aren't CDM, so it doesn't give him that free license. Paul Pogba's best games for Manchester United have come when he played as an actual box-to-box midfielder with a lot of free license. Do you remember when Ollie was interim manager? And Paul Pogba's best football for Manchester United came when Ollie was interim manager, where Matic played as a CDM, Herrera played as the defensive box-to-box, and Pogba played as the free license box-to-box. That's when Paul Pogba's played his best football for Manchester United. And I would love to see Donny do that Herrera role, or even try McTominay, but I don't think McTominay's up to it. I think he's had his chance. And Matic do his role, and Paul Pogba had that free license role if Bruno's out. Because I tell you what, we are absolutely atrocious when we don't have Bruno. We are absolutely atrocious when we don't have Bruno Fernandes, because no one can do Bruno's role. Like, Bruno's the only player that can play that 4-2, that role in the 4-2-3-1 with Fred behind him, because you don't get much service. You don't get much of the ball playing as a 10 for Manchester United with Fred behind you. We saw Donny try that role and struggle. We saw Lingard and Pereira do that role for nearly a year and were absolutely atrocious in it. That role for Manchester United is an incredibly hard role. you know, playing the Bruno role. And I just think if Bruno's out, we shouldn't play a 4-2-3-1. If Bruno's out, it's a 4-3-3, or I hate to say it, a 5 at the back formation. Do I want to see a 5 at the back formation? Absolutely not. I'd hate to see a 5 at the back formation. I think, especially against Liverpool, I think it's too negative. I think it invites too much pressure. We played 5 at the back versus Leipzig, conceded 3 goals. We played 5 at the back versus Young Boys, conceded 2 goals. I think, you know, playing 5 at the back invites too much pressure. We will concede lots of goals. But I just think we've got to do something different. I think we've got to do something different, because I don't want us playing a half-injured Bruno and Bruno picking up a serious injury and being out. So I'm going to show you what I do without Bruno Fernandes here. I'm going to show you what I do right now about Bruno Fernandes. For me, this is the way to play without Bruno. This is the way. Can you see this on my screen? If Bruno is injured, and I believe Rashford is injured as well, but I've just put Rashford on there for the sake of this, because I think if Rashford's fit, he needs to play, because we know what Rashford does to Trent. If Bruno is injured, this is what I've said it before, I'll say it again. Go to a 4-3-3, not a 4-2-3-1. Lingard's not going to be able to do what Bruno does in the 10. Donny's not going to be able to do what Bruno does in the 10, and Pogba's not going to be able to do what Bruno in the 10. No one other than Kevin De Bruyne or Thomas Müller is going to be able to do what Bruno does in the 10. So there's no point playing the 4-2-3-1 if you don't have Bruno. That formation only works with Bruno, because when we played that formation without Bruno, we've always been atrocious, and we've always had to sub Bruno on. Play a 4-3-3 for me, and do what you did as interim manager, Ollie. Ole on a Solskjaer got the job at Manchester United of playing a 4-3-3, and then he decided to change to a 4-2-3-1. Ole generally got the Man United job of playing a 4-3-3, so for me, he needs to go out and play a 4-3-3. And what I wanted to do is, Matic is the only CDM at the club. I don't care if you like McTominay and Fred's injured. This is why I'm saying this, because if Fred's injured and McTominay ain't been great and Bruno's injured, the only midfield 3 we have is Pogba, Donny, Matic. Matic is the only player that can do an efficient CDM role at Manchester United and do the role to an extent where he can free up. Now, Donny van de Beek, for me, has looked better defensively than McTominay. Donny van de Beek's bulked up, and I think he's better defensively than McTominay, and he keeps the ball a lot better than McTominay. Someone showed me an analysis of McTominay. I watched this thing on TIFO Football. They did an analysis of McTominay, and they said because McTominay was trained as an attacking player, he always gets in when he has to get the ball from deep, he's always getting blocked by a defender. He's always in the wrong position. And I will get the video up from TIFO Football at some point and share you, but they did an analysis on why McTominay is not a CDM, and it was really, really true. So I played Donny in that box-to-box role. You know that role that Ander Herrera played for Manchester United. You know, when Ollie got the job, it was Matic, Herrera, Pogba. I believe Donny can do that Herrera role. I think he's bulked up, he's good defensive, and he keeps the ball a lot better than McTominay. And against Liverpool, you need to keep the ball. You know, if we are going to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool and actually beat them, we need to keep the ball. McTominay gives the ball away a lot. Fred is possibly injured. Bruno's possibly injured. Obviously, if Bruno was, Bruno might play and we might play him injured, we might play 4-2-3-1. But I'm saying if Bruno wasn't injured, Matic, Donny, Pogba could be our best midfield three, because Matic is the only efficient CDM. Donny can keep the ball the best, and this gives Pogba the free license to put those balls in behind to Rashford if he's fit, Sancho, Greenwood, Ronaldo, and unlock that Liverpool defence. And even though we're trying to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, they're going to leave space in behind. When we beat Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Cup, 2 of our goals came from Greenwood and Rashford getting in behind when we beat Liverpool. Our way to beat Liverpool is getting behind, and if you put Paul Pogba in a very more free license role, then he could definitely get in behind. And all that. Guys, smash a like on this video, by the way, if you have not already. Let's see if we can get to 150 likes before the end of the live stream. So if you're not watching, if you are watching and you haven't smashed that like button, please do smash that like button. And of course, go ahead and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news and daily content, make sure you subscribe down below, because we're going to be live tomorrow for a Manchester United versus Liverpool watch along. And then after the match, we'll be live for a match reaction. And then if Ollie loses to Liverpool, there's a very, very strong chance that Ollie could lose his job if he loses to Liverpool. We saw Mourinho lose his job after a Liverpool loss. So if Ollie loses to Liverpool, I could be doing updates on a new manager about Zidane. And the news coming in is, although Zidane is enjoying, not working at the moment, if Zidane gets a call from Manchester United, he'll take it. Zidane is ready to take the Manchester United job. That's the news story coming out. Zidane is more than ready to take that Manchester United job if Ollie loses or if they call him up. He wants the job. But even though Zidane's happy not working, he will take the job if he gets asked upon it. So, please do subscribe for that, because if Ollie loses, I think it's only a matter of time before Zidane or Conte or someone gets that call. And I actually did a lot of research on Zidane and how Zidane plays. And I want to do if Ole gets sacked, I'll do a video about how Zidane would probably line up Manchester United, because Zidane plays a 4-3-3. And this lineup here is very much a lineup I could see Zidane playing if he was Manchester United manager as well, believe it or not. But yeah, now this is something I want to touch upon. I want your guys' thoughts on this, so let me know in the live chat. Our way of beating Liverpool is going to be the ball in behind. We saw Greenwood and Rashford score 2 goals against Liverpool last season from the ball in behind in the FA Cup when we beat them. Now, I want to play Bailly. If Varane's not fit, I do want to play Eric Bailly because he's got that pace. I think he'll deal with Salah, Firmino and Mane a lot better than Lindelof. I think Eric Bailly on his day is a better defender than Maguire, a better defender than Lindelof. But then someone said this to me on Twitter, and they made a really, really good point. But you need Lindelof to play those balls in behind to Rashford. If Rashford's fit, I would start Lindelof. If Rashford's going to play versus Liverpool, I'd also start and play Victor Lindelof, because Victor Lindelof can put those balls in behind for Marcus Rashford, and we saw him do that for Atalanta. We saw him do it multiple times last season. Although defensively Victor Lindelof isn't the best defender, I think on the ball, Victor Lindelof is an incredible defender. I think you can see where Lindelof once played CDM, because he's actually very, very good on the ball. He's very, very good at reading the game. He's just not physical enough. And someone said this to me. It was Joe Hall. He said to me, someone said to him once that Lindelof could be the best defender in the world, but he's not got the body for it. It's like Lindelof is the best defender in the world trapped in a midfielder's body. In a weird way. And someone said that to me, and I agree with that. I think Lindelof reads the game really, really well. I think in the 2019-20 season, Lindelof was the only centre-back that didn't get dribbled past in the 2019-20 season. I think Lindelof on the ball, his ball distributions, the assists he gets is absolutely incredible. But Lindelof's not physical enough. He hasn't got the body to be a defender. He hasn't got the pace. He doesn't work with Maguire. But as someone once said to me, Lindelof is like the best defender in the world trapped in a midfielder's body. He doesn't have it for me. And I kind of agree with that quote. And I want to know your thoughts on it. But what I really want to ask you is, would you play Lindelof or Bailly? Because I'm always Bailly over Lindelof. I've even been Bailly over Maguire at times. But I'm thinking our only way to beat Liverpool is probably that ball in behind Trent and Robbo, because Trent and Robbo like to get forward. We know what Trent's like defensively. That's our only way to beat Liverpool. I think if Pogba's playing, if we're going to play Pogba on the left, there's no point playing Lindelof, because we need Lindelof surely to get that ball in behind to Rashford. If Pogba's playing on the left, there's no point playing Lindelof. I think Pogba's wasted on the left versus Liverpool. You only play Pogba on the left when you need to break down teams, not when you need to counter teams. But I would personally say if we're going to play Rashford, if Rashford's fit and we can play Rashford on the left-hand side, I would actually start Lindelof, because as I said it before, once Rashford gets in behind Trent, Trent's fucked. Once Rashford gets in behind, Liverpool are fucked. He's quick. And Lindelof is one of the few players that can actually get Rashford in behind. I mean, look, if Bruno's out, this is the lineup I want to see, because Bruno could be out, Fred could be out, Rashford could be out, Amad Diallo could be out, and Marshall could be out. Let me know down below, what lineup would you like to see? I'm really intrigued what lineup you'd like to see. I agree that Bailly is better than Lindelof. I 100% agree that Bailly is better than Lindelof. But I just think that ball in behind, it could be thing. Niall Kane says, Alice, do you agree that Mo Salah is saying that he wants to stay at Liverpool the rest of his career? Yeah, if he wants to, he wants to. Liverpool are good to see. Premier League's the best league in the world. He's won a Premier League at Liverpool. He's won a Champions League at Liverpool. He's really happy he's playing good football. Like, I don't blame Mo Salah. Like, where can Mo Salah go that's better than Liverpool right now? Chelsea, Man City, yeah. Bayern, yeah, but that's a dead league. PSG, yeah, it's a dead league. The Spanish clubs are dead. I don't blame Mo Salah for wanting to stay at Liverpool. I mean, I don't want him to stay at Liverpool because he's so fucking good. And as a Man United fan, I'm like, no, I don't want Salah to be at Liverpool. But, at the end of the day, like, the Premier League is where it's at. Like, I'm not trying to sound biased. Real Madrid, meh. Barcelona, in the mud. Atleti Madrid, meh. PSG, brilliant shit league. Bayern Munich, brilliant shit league. Juventus have been shit. Oh, that is Chelsea, it's Man City, it's Liverpool where it's at. As a Man United fan, we're not at the level of Chelsea, Man City or Liverpool. But if you're a player, the 3 best clubs in the world right now, in my opinion, are Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, and PSG and Bayern. They're the top 5 clubs. 3 of them in the Premier League. The other 2 that aren't in the Premier League are in such a farmers one-team dominated league. So for Salah wanting to stay at Liverpool, fair fucking play to him. Do I want him to stay at Liverpool? No, I support United. And am I scared about Salah? Yes. As a Man United fan, I'm really, really excited for the game tomorrow. I'm super, super excited for the game tomorrow as a Man United fan. But I'm also really, really nervous, guys, because this is the thing with Man United is I don't want to bet against us. I'll never bet against my club. And we know what Man United are like. On our day, we can beat anyone. We know it would be classic Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go and get a result against Liverpool and save his job. When all these jobs on the line, all kind of madness happens at Manchester United. We all know that. And as a Man United fan, I am really, really nervous against Liverpool. And it's going to be one of two scenarios. Either Man United are going to play fucking fantastic and get a result in this Liverpool game, and Liverpool fans are going to be the one mad, or we're absolutely going to get embarrassed. I think it's going to be one way. Ole produces a miracle, saves his job, his job's safe to Christmas, and we get a shock result, or Liverpool come to Old Trafford and absolutely embarrass us. And I've said this 100 times on this channel. Liverpool, in 8 consecutive away games, have scored 3+ goals. Liverpool have scored 3+ goals in their last 8 away games. Manchester United haven't kept a clean sheet at Old Trafford in their last 9 Premier League games and have only kept 1 clean sheet in 12 games this season. And they're coming against a Liverpool team that scored 3+ goals in their last 8 away games. With a Mo Salah, who's arguably the best player in the world right now. With Varane, their best centre-back, out injured. With Maguire not really playing great. With Luke Shaw not hitting form. With Lindelof and Maguire partnership being shaky as ever and leaking goals. With Fred, Bruno, Rashford possibly injured on top of the doubts of Martial and Amad Diallo. A very, very depleted Manchester United side that got outplayed by an Everton side that lost 5-2 to Watford. That got outplayed by a Leicester side that only won 1 in the last 7 games. They got outplayed by Aston Villa. They got outplayed by Wolves and was lucky, but completely dismantled by Atalanta in the first half. Got outplayed by Villarreal, all at home, who are nowhere near the level of Liverpool, and they're now going to play an informed Liverpool side who've got all their best players fit, whereas they've got some of their best players injured, aka Bruno Fernandes, our best player, could be out, and Mo Salah's here to break a record, and Liverpool have scored 3+ goals in the last 8 away games. They could absolutely embarrass us, and I hate to say that. I hate to say that as a Man United fan, but we could be getting embarrassed. And I don't want to be embarrassed to Liverpool, even though I'm Ollie out. I'm Ollie out. Even though I'm Ollie out, and I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to get the sack. I'm Ollie out. I think it's time for Ollie to go. I don't want to lose to Liverpool. I could think of nothing worse than losing to Liverpool. It doesn't matter if I'm Ollie out. It doesn't matter if I'm Ollie in. If we lose to Liverpool, for me, that's a disgrace. I don't want to be losing to Liverpool. I know if we get embarrassed by Liverpool, Ollie's gone. Zidane's desperate for that Man United job. Conte wants that Man United job. Cool. If Ollie loses and gets embarrassed to Liverpool, we're on the phone to Zidane. Very, very likely. I think Ollie's like Jose. He had his 3-2 comeback like Jose did versus Newcastle. He's got to do something versus Liverpool. If we lose narrowly and we're unlucky, he might keep his job. But if we get embarrassed or lose badly, he's getting sacked. Because if we lose badly, Arsenal could be sitting above us in the Premier League. And you've got to remember, this is our first test. And this is our first test this season. I do not care about any of this. This is the first tough game we've had. You could say Leicester was a tough game. They won 1 in their last 7 games before us. You know, you can say there were some other tough games. No, this is our first test, Liverpool. We've not played a good team yet. We're getting outplayed by bad teams. We've not played a good team yet. We've not. And I'm excited for this game because I'm excited to see what we do against a good team. I'm excited to see if there's a different plan. I'm excited to see if that Atalanta win, that turnaround, is giving us the boost we need this season. You know, one thing we know about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and every Manchester United fan watching will probably agree with me, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a momentum manager. He can play really, really bad for 2-3 months, and he can just have that one win, and that clicks it. You know, last season we started absolutely atrocious, and we got that 1 win versus Everton, and we clicked it, and I think we went unbeaten in 14 games. You know, this win against Atalanta could be the start of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer clicking it together and Man United going on a beaten streak. Whether looking at the fixture list, unlike, and however looking at the way Atalanta play, and they're like Leeds, so I think it's just an anomaly. I don't think so, but I do have to say this. I do think we deserve to beat Atalanta. I think when we beat Wolves, when we beat Villarreal, I sat there, I said we were lucky. I think when we beat West Ham, I said that fucking hell, De Gea saved us. I actively believe we deserve to beat Atalanta. And that is the first result we've got since Newcastle, which was Ronaldo's debut, that I actually felt we deserved to win. And that's the only positive going into the game, is we're not coming down off the loss. And at the end of the day, yes, the Premier League is going tits up for us right now, but we are top of our group in the Champions League. This guy, thank you very much for the super chat, says Trent was in the top 30 Ballon d'Or list at the age of 20. I agree he's not a brilliant defender, but comparing him to a championship level is a bit mad. Oh, no, Trent's not championship level. Trent is like top 5 right backs in the world. One thing is his defending is championship level for a right back, but everything else is top level. And that's what I was trying to say is Trent's a brilliant right back, but when it comes to defending, he's not. And when it comes to Rashford, we've seen Rashford outdo Trent in the past. he can do Trent over. I wasn't saying that Trent overall was championship level. I was just saying he defends like a championship player. And I said if Rashford gets in behind, or if Rashford's fit, he's going to cause him problems. And that's why I didn't want Paul Pogba to play on the left-hand side. United are the new comedy card. This is the thing. If Liverpool embarrass us, we are below Arsenal. You know, and that's Arsenal's trophy. If Arsenal spend 1 week above us in the Premier League, that's all they're going to talk about. But if we lose to Liverpool, we are Banter FC. Because no one, this is the thing. You know, Arsenal are shit, but everyone expected Arsenal to be bang average. We signed Ronaldo, we signed Sancho, we signed Varane. We're expecting something. We're meant to expect something this season, and nothing's really happened. Like, nothing's really happened. So, you know, we will be Banter FC. And the only thing is, I've just got to hope that we don't embarrass ourselves. We might lose this game. We might not play well, but we've just got to hope that Manchester United do not embarrass themselves, and Ole doesn't embarrass himself, because we know how shit we are without Bruno. Now, I think Bruno's going to play with an injury. I think because Ole knows if he loses, his job's gone. I think Ole will be selfish. He will play Bruno with an injury. I think he'll play Fred with an injury. I think he'll play anyone with an injury. We know he plays Maguire with an injury. I think Ole's going to be selfish and play injured players, because he knows if he loses, his job is gone. Like, he knows that. But I am very, very scared. I am very, very scared. Guys, smash a like on the video if you have not already. And please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football if you're not subscribed to the channel, by the way. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We are literally 350 subscribers away from 20k. So if you're watching right now, and we've got nearly 200 people watching, please do subscribe down below to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. I'll be live tomorrow for a Manchester United versus Liverpool watch along, and I'll be doing a live match reaction after Manchester United versus Liverpool. So if you're not subscribed, do subscribe to that. Please do subscribe. Every subscriber means the world. And smash a like on the video, guys, as well. We are on 100 likes. We're halfway to our like target of 200 likes. But if you're not watching right now and you want Manchester United to beat Liverpool, smash that like button. If you want Man United to win tomorrow, hit that like button. Anyone watching us but rooting for a United win, smash that like button as well. But let's get back to the content and some of the talking points. So what we're going to talk about in today's video: Varane 100% out, Rashford, Bruno, Fred, Ahmed and Martial all doubts. How can we beat Liverpool? I think it's about exposing Trent, using maybe Rashford on the left-hand side. I think Pogba will be wasted on the left-hand side versus Liverpool. I think the only way we get the best out of Paul Pogba in this game is play the 4-3-3 on my screen. For me, it is. Because if Bruno's out, I think that's what we should do. Will we do it? Probably not. Zidane is more than happy to take the Manchester United job and is ready to take the job, by the way, guys, as well. And Donny, Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that Donny is really, really unhappy at Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano come out and said that Donny is really, really unhappy at Manchester United. He's the only player at Manchester United that is actively unhappy, and Donny wants out. Donny wants to move, which is understandable, especially with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming out and saying he doesn't need Donny. I'm disgraced that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer basically came out and said he doesn't need Donny. Ole believes he does not need Donny van de Beek. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, McTominay, every game this season has been shit. Fred, good versus Atalanta, but other than that, has been shit. Paul Pogba's best games have come on the left, in the middle been shit, and Matic has been iffy. And you have a £35 million midfielder that was wanted by Real Madrid, wanted by Barcelona, was a Ballon d'Or nominee, played in Champions League semi-finals, that whenever he's been given a chance has played well, sitting on your bench, and even though your midfield's playing crap and you're not winning games, you're saying you don't need him. And it infuriated me, because okay, if we're top of the league, and you know we're top of the league without using Donny, Ole can come out and say we don't need Donny. But Ole, if we lose tomorrow, we could be in 10th with Arsenal above us, and you're still saying we don't need Donny. I think it's an absolute disgrace that Ole said he doesn't need Donny. Okay, if we'd won every game this season, you have permission to say we don't need Donny. But we haven't. We've been awful. We've been absolutely awful. And for you to say we don't need Donny when our midfield has been one of the reasons we've been awful, and it's not like, and we're playing badly, it's just weird. It's like, what manager comes out when they're 10th in the league, massively underachieving, and says that they don't need their £35 million midfielder when their midfield's been playing crap and they're 10th in the league? You know, if you're top of the league, fine. If your midfield's playing good, fine. You know, you could say maybe we don't need Alex Tellers. But for him to say we don't need Donny van de Beek, I just thought that was stupid. I think he's really a clown, isn't he? Ole is a clown, and don't make Donny lols that he ain't playing tomorrow. Yeah, this isn't the leaked lineup. This isn't the leaked lineup, by the way, guys. This is what I do. This lineup on your screen is what I said I'd do, but if Bruno and Fred aren't around. One of the leaked lineups I got sent is Ole wants. This is what we think. This is what I think Ole will do. Okay. Fred is injured, but Ole's going to play Fred injured. Let's be realistic. This is what we're all expecting to see. Yeah. is Fred's injured. Rashford's probably injured as well. But we'll probably put Greenwood there. Greenwood. Bruno is injured, but I could see Bruno and Fred playing on injury because all he knows if he loses, his job's gone. Now, this is what we probably see. This is probably what we'll see tomorrow, yeah? Because we'll play Fred with an injury. We'll play Bruno with an injury because Ollie's job's on the line and he's scared. This is probably what we're going to do tomorrow, okay? I'll put Greenwood's going to play. But I did get sent this. My guy who predicted the lineup, my guy who sent me the lineup last week, 100% correct, did predict that Manchester United were going to go back to Pussy United and play a 5 at the back versus Liverpool. A guy that leaks team sheet says that he's heard we're playing 5 at the back. Okay, he's heard we're playing 5 at the back because Fred and Bruno are injured and we could be playing 5 at the back. Now, hopefully that's not the case because obviously we've only got 3 fit centre backs anyway, unless we want to play Phil Jones. Although we could play Luke Shaw left centre back and Teller's left wing back. But news coming in is it could be 5 at the back with Pogba here, not like a 5-3-2. Bruno, if Bruno's injured, sorry, Ronaldo. Let me get up on my screen. This is what Man United might do. This is what Man United might do tomorrow if Bruno's not around, and it would be and if Rashford's not around, it'd be This is what we could do tomorrow. This is what I've been told. If Bruno's injured and because they're going to assess him 100% tomorrow, that we could maybe play 5 at the back, which obviously we don't want to see because look how open that is between Ronaldo, Pogba, and McTominay. I don't want to see that. Obviously, this is how Chelsea play, and Chelsea play fine, but United can almost do that tomorrow. Obviously, I don't want to see that. I'm sure you guys don't want to see that. But again, that is a possibility of how United can play tomorrow. Let me know down below in the live chat, who would you play? I'm really intrigued. What's your lineup? Let's say, okay, this is the thing. Bruno, Fred, and Rashford, they're injured. Bruno, Fred, and Rashford should not be playing tomorrow. But we know with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, there's a chance that Bruno, Fred, and Rashford will play because this is a really important game for Ole. His job's on the line. Not most managers wouldn't play Bruno, Fred, or Rashford tomorrow because they're injured, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer probably will. And my question to you guys is, if we can't play Bruno, Fred, or Rashford, give me a lineup that doesn't involve Bruno, Fred, or Rashford. Give me a lineup in the chat that doesn't involve Bruno, Fred, or Rashford, because obviously you know my lineup that doesn't involve Bruno, Fred, or Rashford very much involves, a 4-3-3. I don't like 5 at the back. I've said it before. It does not work. It's not good enough. If we're going to play without Bruno, Fred, or Rashford, it needs to be Matic in CDM and a 4-3-3 with 2 box-to-box players. I'd play Donny, and this is what I'd do if we couldn't play Bruno, Fred, or Rashford. But let me know down below if I think 2 of Bruno, Fred, and Rashford will play because it's Ollie. But let me know down below, how would you line up if we couldn't play Bruno, Fred, or Rashford because they're injured? Martial might also be injured because I actually think I like Sancho, and I believe that Sancho will cause Trent a lot of problems on that left-hand side. I think Sancho's skill will cause Trent Alexander-Arnold a lot of problems on that left-hand side. But I do think Martial could be a very, very good player for this game. But again, Martial, not 100% fit. But I think Martial's normally very, very good versus Liverpool. And I'd actually, if Martial's fit, I'd actually play him over Sancho. Rashford's already the first choice left winger if he's fit. But I'd actually play. This is a good game for Martial as well, especially because he scored in this last game. And he's on a bit of a roll and all that. But we're going to go back to full screen because we've got a few topics to talk about. It's mind games, Alice. I think Rashford and Bruno will play its mind games. Yeah, that's, again, a possibility here. Definitely mind games. There's a very strong chance that Rashford and Bruno do play. And it is Ollie playing mind games. But we know that Rashford actually was injured. We don't know for sure if Bruno was injured and all of that. But, so, yeah. But hopefully they do play because Rashford and Bruno did get the most goals and assists for Manchester United last season. Rashford already has the same amount of goals as 100 million Jack Grealish. I did TikTok about it today, so I've rattled a load of people. But Rashford has played less than 90 minutes this season, and he has the same amount of goals as a Jack Grealish that's played 1,000 minutes this season. And apparently Jack Grealish is so clear of Rashford. You're playing for a better team, Jack Grealish. You're playing for a team that's scoring more goals. You're playing for a team that's performing well, yet you've got 2 goals and Marcus Rashford's got 2 goals. I mean, it is a bit of a joke, isn't it? It is a bit of a joke and all of that. But also, I want to throw this out as well. I don't know if you saw my tweet, but Bruno hasn't scored a single penalty this season, yet his stats are still clear of every midfielder. I hate this thing that Bruno would be nothing without penalties. Bruno hasn't scored a single penalty this season. He's only had 1 and he fucking skied it. Bruno's stats are still clear of pretty much every of De Bruyne. Bruno's got 6 assists this season and 4 goals, 10 goal contributions. his stats are pretty much clear. But yeah, I will get into the Premier League table. I will get into my thoughts on the game and all of that. One thing I thought was really funny, I don't know if you saw this, but Ronaldo gave an interview about the Liverpool match. I don't know if you guys saw this, but in Ronaldo's interview, he came out and said, you know, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, like, you're always pumped up. They're the big games. You're always scared for them. Because, you know, when Ronaldo left the Premier League, it was Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. You know, Man City were nothing. Spurs, they've never really been anything. You know, I love how Ronaldo, like, completely forgot Manchester City existed, because his era in the Premier League was the Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool era. And he said, you know, he forgot to say Man City. You know, I think that definitely made me laugh. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but for me, I was like, lol. The news about Zidane is that Zinedine Zidane is attracting interest from a number of clubs, starting with Manchester United. Zidane is enjoying his time off and doesn't seem overly desperate to return to the game, but his decision will come if he gets a call, and Manchester United would be a job he's very, very keen to return to. Situation with Zidane is happy where it is, but if he gets offered Manchester United, like, that's the job he wants, you know. And I don't blame him. I'm going to show you this. If you're appalled by this is why we've got to win. You ready? Look at this stat. Let me zoom in so you have to see all the boring tweets under. Manchester, we've not won a Premier League game for 33 days, guys. 33 days. That's over a month. Not good enough. Not good enough. A lot of you say Matic, Bruno, Donny like me, by the way. But yeah, not good enough. Not good enough at all. Did I see the Arsenal game last night? Unfortunately, I did. I saw Arsenal are playing better football than Manchester United. Arteta, you know, all these Arsenal fans are raging Arteta out. Is Arteta the best manager in the world? No, he's not. Of course he's not the best manager. But I can see, watching Arsenal, what Arteta's trying to do, what style of play Arteta's trying to do. And I look at the players Arteta has, and he's doing a decent job. You know, we watched OLE manage a lot better players than Arteta, and OLE can't manage them. We don't know what OLE's trying to do. We don't know what the style of play is. You know, the annoying thing is I watch Arsenal, and I can see that they have a style of play and all of that. And I see it as a Man United fan, and I just think, what? Oh, fuck. Literally, what the fuck? Like, I can see what Arsenal were trying to do, you know, and apparently Arteta's the worst manager in the world, according to Arsenal fans. No. Arteta is a better coach than OLE. And I said this, I even said this when Arsenal finished 8th last season. Man United, Arsenal, they went in at 0-0, and Manchester United were very, very dominant when we went to the Emirates, and we were 0-0 at half-time against Arsenal. Arteta made the change, and Arteta was the better manager in the second half because he made that change. And I said, with Arteta making that change and changing it up and being better in the second half, it showed that Arteta was better man management than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And that's the one thing that really, really annoys me, is that I can actually see what Arsenal were trying to do. And, you know, they think their manager's awful. I can't see what Ollie's trying to do. I really can't. And again, that was something that really, really annoyed me. Smash a like on the video, guys, if you have not already. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do go ahead and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, please do make sure you're subscribed down below to the channel. I'm going to be live tomorrow for a Manchester United versus Liverpool watch along. So make sure you're subscribed for that. I will be live reacting to the Manchester United Liverpool game live, and you can interact with me, giving your thoughts on the game as it's going on live. And then after Manchester United versus Liverpool, I'll be live again with a match reaction to the game. I'll be doing my live match reaction about 45 minutes after the full-time whistle. So for a watch along and for a match reaction to Manchester United versus Liverpool, make sure to subscribe, as well as Manchester United news updates, because if we lose tomorrow, there won't just be a fucking rant after the game because it's Liverpool, I'll be fuming, but they'll also be giving you the latest updates on Ollie's future, because if we lose tomorrow, that could mark the end of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, and I'm Ollie out. I want Ollie to go. I don't think he's the man for the job, but I do not want to lose tomorrow. So I thought I'd throw that out as well. But first of all, make sure you smash a like on the video if you have not already. Let's go for 200 likes. If you want Man United to win tomorrow, we've got over 150 people watching. Smash that like one. I'm just going to take a quick swig of water. But any questions for me in the live chat, let me know. And I'm going to read out a few live chats before I get into my next story. We've got an unpopular opinion here. Hamer, he thinks Bruno suits the wing more than the middle of the park. Personally, I disagree, but, you know, you never know. We've not really seen it much. And playing Liverpool requires constant running, yeah. And believe it or not, you know, I know Fred's been atrocious this season. But I'd play Fred. If Fred was fit, I'd play him tomorrow because it's about running. And that's what Fred gives you. I wouldn't play Fred and McTominay. I'd play Fred and Donny, or Fred and Pogba. You know, I wouldn't play Fred and McTominay, but I would play Fred tomorrow if he's fit, because Liverpool is about running. It really is. Grealish should play number 10 for City. Yeah, don't think De Bruyne has been great lately, so definitely Put smash a like on the video. McTominay interview, Narrative FC. I don't think McTominay is that good. I think McTominay is a good player going forward. McTominay is great going forward. I'm not saying that McTominay is bad, but we're not getting the best out of McTominay. McTominay is not good enough to play in the pivot for Manchester United. McTominay is a Souček. I think you put a Declan Rice next to McTominay and he becomes a good player. You put a player like Declan Rice next to McTominay, he becomes a good player when he goes forward. But as a CDM, no, I don't rate McTominay. I think a lot of you guys would probably agree with me. I don't think McTominay is a CDM. I don't like McTominay in the pivot. I much prefer Fred in the pivot. And I tell you what, Fred's been atrocious for Manchester United this season, bar Atalanta. But Fred has been very, very good for his nation. And I look at Fred and I look at Pogba and I'm like, they've been very, very good for their nation. I look at Maguire, I look at Shaw, they've been very, very good for their nation. Again, I just think it's on the coaching. I think it's 100% on the coaching. Mane refused to play against Ronaldo. Is that true? I've not heard that. Win, draw, or lose tomorrow, Ollie needs to go. He's hopeless out of his depth. I agree. I'm still Ollie out. Even if we beat Liverpool 4-0, I'm still going to be Ollie out. I'm not going to change like that. For me to be Ollie in, it took me a while to be Ollie out. I only became Ollie out after Everton. It took me a while to be Ollie out because I'm always about giving time and I don't like to flip-flop and change. But for me to be Ollie in, we have to win 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row consistently and deservedly. We have to win 10 games in a row. Look like we deserve to win those 10 games, and it be like a performance that convinces me that Ollie's the man. For me, we could beat Liverpool, we can beat Atalanta, but I'm not going to be Ollie in tomorrow unless Ollie produces lots of fixtures in a row that are convincing wins. Even if we beat Liverpool 4-0, I'm not going to all of a sudden be Ollie in. I'm going to be gassed. I'm going to be happy. I want Ollie to prove me on. But for me to become Ollie in, it's about Ollie actually proving that when we win, we deserve to win and we win consistently. And that's not what he's done this season. And that is why I'm Ollie out. Leeds waiting to buy Sancho for 25 mil. Look, Sancho's going to become good. I'm not worried about Sancho and all of that. But I don't get why some top managers play defensive football. Not my style. You invite other teams to score and attack the way Jose was like that at Man U. Do you think about a coach? He plays defensive. Yeah, I agree. I don't like that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer plays particularly defensive football. I just think that the football Ole plays, it's not nice football. I look at Brighton. I know they lost to City. I look at Brighton. They play good football. I look at a lot of teams. I look at Brentford. They play good football. United don't play good football. Even Arsenal, who'd been shit first half of the season, as I said earlier, I watch Arsenal. I can see what they're trying to do. Much better football. For me, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is playing particularly good football. I don't think they're playing particularly good football. And I think we're playing negative defensive football. I don't think we're getting the best out of Manchester United at all. I don't think we're getting the best out of players, and that is why I'm Ollie out. Let me show you the Premier League table. Guys, because this is what I was triggered about. Table. Okay, Chelsea are 22 points. Yeah? Chelsea are already 8 points. If we lose, Chelsea are 8 points ahead of us 9 games into the season. That's basically us out of a title race because we would expect Chelsea to drop 8 points. No. Chelsea are nearly, we've got to win tomorrow. If we win tomorrow, there's a chance we can get back in the title race. Not that I think we're going to win the title with Ollie, but we are 8 points behind Chelsea. 8 points off first already, and we're meant to be in a title race this season. Embarrassing. We're already outside the top 4. To get back into the top 4, we need to win. If we win tomorrow, we do get back into the top 4, I believe, unless West Ham maybe win and beat us on goal difference. We do get back into the top 4. Now, I don't want to be in a top 4 race. The top 4 should be Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Man United nailed on by the squads. It won't be. But look at this. If we lose tomorrow, West Ham go above us, okay? And Brentford can go above us. Meaning if we lose tomorrow, we can drop to 8th. If we lose badly tomorrow, we could even drop to 9th. And Arsenal will be in 8th. Okay? Not good enough. Not good enough whatsoever. Loss, draw, loss. No. We need to make sure we don't, because we could be below Arsenal. We get embarrassed. We're already 8 points behind Chelsea, and we're meant to be in the title race this season. 5 points we can deal with. We can recover that. Not that I think we're going to win the title, but we get back into the top 4. We're half on track. I'll win tomorrow, and it's not the end of the world. We win tomorrow. We're on 17 points. We're 1 point behind Liverpool. We win tomorrow. It's not the end of the world. But we lose tomorrow. We know that the title race is done. I think we all knew that anyway. But we're looking at a top 4 race, and we're looking at we should be top 4 anyway. That we should be top 4. That should be a given, and that is what I don't want to see tomorrow. I do not want to see us losing, and I think if we lose, Ollie will go. I think if you look at the position we're in after 9 games, I know it's only 9 games, but I think if we lose, Ollie will go because it's Liverpool, because of the pressure, because of how the expectations on the squad and what the squad can achieve. I think if we lose tomorrow, Ollie will go, especially when you've got Zidane available and wanting to come. You've got Conte available. You know, Mourinho lost his job against Liverpool, even though he had a 3-2 comeback just before the Liverpool game. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is more than likely to do the same. Guys, smash a like on the video if you have not already. We're trying to hit 200 likes. If you've not hit that like button, please smash that like button. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on this video. It'll be very, very much appreciated, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not subscribed. I will be live tomorrow from Manchester United versus Liverpool watch along. I'll be live tomorrow for the watch along for Man United versus Liverpool, so make sure you subscribe to that, and also make sure you also subscribe because I will be doing a live match reaction 45 minutes after full time. So for my watch along and reaction, do subscribe for that. I will be doing my score predictions in just a second. I do expect goals tomorrow, as Steve says. Let me know in the chat, what are your predictions, because you know what, I am worried that Manchester United could get embarrassed. I'm worried that Manchester United could get thrashed tomorrow. I look at the game and I go, Liverpool are levels above us, playing much better than us. Mo Salah's the best player in the world right now. Bruno could be out, Fred could be out, Rashford could be out. Ole's not the man. We're getting outplayed by everyone at home. But then I know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And when Ole's job's under pressure, when Ole needs to produce a miracle, what does Ole do? He produces a miracle. He got that 3-2 comeback versus PSG when we got through. You know, we beat PSG and Ole got a job off that. We beat Manchester City, who'd won 22 games in a row, and we were just off the back of a defeat to Sheffield United. When it looks like Ole's destined to lose, he gets a result. You know, Liverpool might gift us the result, so Ole stays longer because long term it will benefit them losing to us because that means Ole's job's safe. But what I mean is, everything's again, like, you look at Liverpool, eight away games where they scored 3+ goals. Mo Salah, arguably the best player in the world right now. Manchester United getting outplayed by bang average teams with key players injured. Man United have got 1 clean sheet in their last 12 games and Liverpool can't stop scoring. Manchester United haven't kept a clean sheet at home in the Premier League for 9 games. Liverpool have scored 3+ goals in the last 8 successive away games. You know, you look at all the stats. It's Liverpool. Klopp, you know, Ole hasn't got a good record versus Klopp. We've got more key players injured, possibly no Bruno, Rashford. Everything is arguing that this should be Liverpool. You know, United are fucked. But when United are fucked, and when United needs to produce a miracle, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does that. PSG, Manchester City, time and time again. And I wouldn't be surprised if we won and we got an Ole masterclass. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost and we got embarrassed and Ole got sacked, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we won. Because it's Man U Liverpool. And anything can happen. Anything can happen. You've got to remember that, guys. So let me know score predictions down below. I'm going to predict 2-2. I'm going to predict 2-2. Because I know we're not keeping a clean sheet. If we keep a clean sheet, I'll do a giveaway on the channel. If we keep a clean sheet, I'll do a giveaway on the channel and I'll give away something to one of you subscribers. Maybe a Man United shirt, maybe a Ronaldo 7 shirt. If we keep a clean sheet tomorrow, I'll give away a Ronaldo 7 shirt to one of you followers. Because I don't think that we are. So I'm going to say 2. I think, you know, but you just don't know with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He can produce a fucking miracle. He just can. He just can. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, worst manager in Premier League history? No, he got 2nd place. He can't be the worst. I think he did a good job of getting us from point C to point B, but he's not good enough for the level that we want to be. And all of that. Let me know your thoughts down below in the live chat. I'm going to be reading out a few live comments. But one thing I just want to throw out there, guys, is please do go ahead and download Surfshark. There's a link pinned in the chat. There's a link in the description to download Surfshark. And if you use the code ATF, you get 83% off plus 3 months free, which is a fucking good deal. And if you're wondering why I'm promoting Surfshark and why I think you should go and download Surfshark, is because, you know, the 3 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday you can't watch in England. If you buy Sky and BT, you're expecting to be able to watch every game. We won't be able to watch Manchester United versus Watford in 3 weeks because it's not going to be shown on TV in England. But if you download Surfshark VPN, it gives you access to sites like Peacock, the USA Network, that will show the Manchester United versus Watford game and show every game that happens 3 p.m. on a Saturday in the UK. So that's why I'd recommend Surfshark, because A, if you want to get the streams for completely free and illegally, Surfshark will protect you from clicking on any links and protect you from getting hacked. There's protection from Surfshark. But B, if you download Surfshark, it gives you access to those 3 p.m. kickoffs. So link in the description, link pinned in the chat. I'd highly recommend downloading Surfshark. Just thought I'd throw that out there before I talk about a few more points. And also, by the way, please do subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. I keep saying this, but we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We are 370 subscribers away from 20k. We're 370 subscribers away from 20k, and I have a feeling we could maybe hit 20k in the next couple of weeks if all things goes to plan and you guys keep subscribing. So again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Like, smash it. We're on the road to 20k, and I'm live tomorrow for a watch along and a match reaction. And you know, I'm live with OLE updates. If we lose tomorrow, we could be talking about Zidane, Conte, some manager coming in. Because if we lose tomorrow, OLE's job ain't safe, and there's a lot of news. The January transfer window is coming up. We know Donny's leaving in January. If OLE keeps his job, Donny's going in January and Lingard's going in January. We basically know that Donny and Lingard will leave in January, and maybe even Martial. And if those three leave in January, we will be getting a midfielder in, and that could be TCHOUMENI, that could be KESSIE as well. So there's a lot to talk about in January. So make sure to subscribe, so when we get to the January transfer window, you're updated on the news, you're updated on OLE's future, and all of that. And of course, get your score predictions down below in the chat and all of that. And 3-2 United, says Niall Claimed. Glazers out. We want CDM, centre mid and centre back. Exactly. Smash that like button for Glazers out, by the way. Let's go for 200 likes if you've not hit that like button. But if you are Glazers out, please do go ahead and smash that like button, because I am Glazers out. And you know what? If I had a choice of sacking OLE, or I had a choice of getting rid of the Glazers, it wouldn't even be a question. The Glazers go in a heartbeat. OLE's not the problem at Manchester United. Getting a new manager will improve us 100%. Getting a new manager in will 100% improve us, because we're playing bad with the players we have. But OLE is not the problem. Alex P says that derbies are usually tight, and from previous form goes out the window. Liverpool will be wary of the counter as well. I suspect there will be tight, barring mistakes. You know what? I 100% agree with you there, Alex. I think you make a really, really good comment there. I think with derbies, it's kind of like a knockout game where sometimes form just goes out the window. You know, Manchester City, they won the Premier League. Did they win the? Who won the Premier League last year? Man City did win the Premier League last year. They're so irrelevant, you forget. But Man City won the Premier League last year. But Chelsea went and won the Champions League, because even though Manchester City were the better team for the most of last year, you know, form goes out the window in knockout games. Form goes out the window in derbies. You make a very, very good point. And, you know, it's not, this game isn't really about form. It's just about who rises to the occasion. As you said, mistakes, you know, if Trent makes a mistake and plays Rashford onside by a millimetre and Rashford scores, that could be the difference between 1 point and 3 points for Manchester United. That could, you know, and I said this before and I say it again, I really think that it's just about getting in behind Liverpool and suspecting them to mistakes. And, you know, once you're in behind Liverpool, you know, Liverpool's defence isn't as good as people make out. You know, they conceded 3 to Watford. Not Watford, they conceded 3 to Brentford, sorry. Brentford scored 3 plus Liverpool. If you go and attack Liverpool, that defence leaks goals. That you know, they say Liverpool defence one of the best defences in the world. Yeah, it's got some really good defenders in, but it does leak goals. Atletico Madrid got 2, even though they were 2-0 down. You know, Brentford got 3. The Liverpool defence leaks goals. Man City got 2 as well. Manchester United have the ability to score, and again, it's about exploiting their mistakes and getting in behind. For me, one thing I want to say before, and I'll say it again, Paul Pogba cannot play on the left tomorrow. We need a fast, tricky winger up against Trent that's going to make runs in behind where they're going to be played on, because Trent and Robbo are going to go quite forward, and you know, they're going to leave space in behind. And for me, it's about getting an attacker that's going to attack that space in behind and all that. And I'm going with a 2-2 draw. I'm going for a 2-2 draw because I think, you know what? I know it's the odds are all about Liverpool to win, and I know a lot of people think that Mo Salah's game a masterclass and we're going to get embarrassed because how bad we've been and how good Liverpool have been. You know, I know it's written on the wall for maybe Liverpool to thrash us. And look, if Liverpool come to Old Trafford and thrash us, embarrass us, I wouldn't be surprised. OLE has to go 100% now. We've been embarrassed by Liverpool. It's like the Joe's game. I wouldn't be surprised. But I just have a feeling that United are going to do something in this game. And I want to say a 3-2 win. I want to say we're going to get a 3-2 win. But we haven't been good enough for me to predict that. So I'm going to go 2-2. But let me know you down below. If OLE had good tactics, we'd be 3 points clear at the top. At least Ronaldo would have had 11 goals already. I agree. You know, with the fixture list we haven't had a tough fixture yet. We haven't had a tough fixture. You know, if you actually look at the fixture list Manchester United have had, we should have beaten Southampton, so that's 2 more points, takes us to 16 points. We should have beaten Aston Villa, that's 3 more points, because Arsenal beat them easily, that's 19 points. And we should have beaten Everton, which is 2 more points, which takes us to 21 points. You know, maybe we get that loss to Leicester. But, you know, we'd be on 21 points, you know, possibly now. And if we went and beat Liverpool, we'd be on 24 points and we'd be top of the Premier League, because we should be beating Southampton. We should be beating Everton because Everton didn't have Richarlison. They didn't have Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And we should be beating Aston Villa because Arsenal played them off the park. That should be 7 more points, 7 plus 14, 21, game in hand. We could be on 24 points if we beat Liverpool tomorrow with a top manager. And that is the frustrating truth. And yeah, I agree with you. We're not getting the best out of our team. And I 100% agree with that. And, we've just got to hope that, if we win tomorrow, we're only 1 point behind Liverpool. If we win tomorrow, we're only 1 point behind Liverpool. And we've just got to hope that we do go and win, because it could be a Mo Salah masterclass. It could be embarrassing. And if it is embarrassing, although there's reports saying Ollie's job is safe and all of that, if we get embarrassed to Liverpool, Ollie is gone. Because it's Liverpool. The Glazers love Ollie, yeah. And I'll say it again, the Glazers love Ollie. But I've said this before and I'll say it again. Even though the Glazers love Ollie, what do the Glazers love more than Ollie? Money. What affects the money coming into the club? Fans. If the fans aren't happy, United stocks go down. We lose money. The Super League lost the Glazers a lot of money because it upset a lot of fans. Now, if we're getting embarrassed by Liverpool, a lot of fans are going to be upset. And where we are in the league, the Glazers will look at that and they won't be happy. And if Ollie gets embarrassed by Liverpool, and because it's Liverpool, the fans will be more upset than normal, he will be sacked. And there's Zidane, there's Conte, there's all of that wanted. But if we beat Liverpool tomorrow, we're only 1 point behind that. So it's a win-win. It's a lose-lose. You get what I mean. It's a lose-lose because if we win, Ollie stays for longer and we know we're not going to win the Premier League under Ollie. But then if we lose to Liverpool. So you can see it as a win-win. You can see it as a lose-lose. That's the situation it is. But we've got to win tomorrow because if we lose and we get embarrassed, we could go as far as 9th with Arsenal going up into 8th. If we get embarrassed, we could drop to 9th. 9th with this team. A team that finished 2nd that added Ronaldo, Sancho and Varane. Not good enough. So for me, it's really important we get the 3 points. I think we can produce something. I think if Rashford's fit, pray to God that Bruno's fit to play tomorrow. Even if Bruno's injured, I think he will play. It's Ollie. I think Fred would be good for this game as well. But if Rashford's fit, we need Rashford on the left-hand side and we need to play those balls in behind. And I'm more than happy to start Lindelof playing those balls in behind to Rashford because we know Trent, we know Robbo. They're going to allow a lot of space. They always do. Liverpool 4-2 again. I mean, that could happen. I think there's going to be goals. United's defence leak goals, but United have the best. On paper, United have the best attackers in football. Ronaldo, Sancho, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford, Pogba, Fernandes, Lingard. On paper, we have some of the best goal scorers in football. Cavani, Amad Diallo, throw them in as well. So we should score goals, and we're going to leak goals. So I think there will be goals. Niall Kane says he thinks United are going to 3-2. Let me know your score predictions down below. Man United fans saying hopefully we lose tomorrow. Look, it's Liverpool. Even though I want Ollie out, I do not want to lose tomorrow to Liverpool. I think if you want to lose tomorrow to Liverpool, you're mad. It's Liverpool. We lose to Liverpool, we're equal in points with Arsenal. We're getting bantered. I want Ollie to win 10 games in a row and prove me wrong. I want Ollie to go, but I don't want to lose to Liverpool. Lewis says it's time for Donny to shine. I mean, look, will Donny play tomorrow if Fred and Bruno's injured? Probably not, considering Ollie came out and said he doesn't need Donny. And the fact that he'll play an injured McTominay over Donny. And his treatment of Donny's a joke. But yeah, will Donny play tomorrow? No. Honestly, there was this tweet I saw, and it was like, there's literally more chance of dinosaurs coming back to life than Donny van de Beek starting tomorrow. But I'm not lying. There is. Save MU by being Ollie out. I'm Ollie out. Even if we win tomorrow, I'm still Ollie out. I still don't think he's a man. I still think he's good enough. Luke Shaw will bully Salah, hopefully. And you should trust the process. Alice, Klopp took 4 years to win a trophy. Ollie just needs time. But Klopp doesn't have the team. Ollie has a team that's good enough to win a trophy. Ollie's also with Klopp. You could see what Klopp was trying to do, and Liverpool were progressing and improving slowly and got really, really close to winning a trophy. Like they were in a title race to the final game of the season, and they got to a Champions League final. We got knocked out of Champions League. With Klopp, you could actually see what he was trying to do, whereas with Ollie, you can't, and that's why I would disagree with you. Shaw and Ambasaka can both pocket top wingers and have shown again and again their form will be important tomorrow. I agree. If Shaw and Wan-Bissaka are in form tomorrow, they can pocket Mane and Salah. Luke Shaw's pocketed Salah before. Al Wan-Bissaka's practically pocketed Sterling so regularly that Sterling lives in his pocket. They've pocketed Mbappe. We know our fullbacks on their day can produce, and I'll say it before and I'll say it again. The odds are all against Manchester United. The odds are against us tomorrow. Like the chances for winning are they feel slim. It feels unlikely the chances for us winning, and I 100% agree. But we know what Manchester United can do. We know on our day we can beat anyone. And I think, as someone said earlier, form goes out the window for these kind of games because Manchester United on their day can beat any team. Manchester United on their day can beat can win. And Ollie can produce miracles. He beat PSG, that comeback, that won in that job. We've beaten Liverpool before, but we've beaten Manchester City time and time again. Ollie can produce miracles. Karam says, I bet the Glazers tell Ollie what achievements he needs to do and getting top 4 and the Champions League and win no trophies. Like, the Glazers, all they care about is top 4. As Nipham says, get Alice to 20k. By the way, you guys, we are 372 subscribers away from 20k. So we're 372 subscribers away from 20k. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do go ahead and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football, because I'm going to be live tomorrow for a Manchester United versus Liverpool watch along. I'm a Man United fan, so if you want to watch me react to the game and come chat to me while the game's going on and talk about the game, make sure to subscribe, because there's a watch along for Manchester United versus Liverpool tomorrow, 3:45 p.m. on the channel. I'll be live for that. I'll also be doing a live match reaction after the Liverpool game. Will it be a rant about Ollie out? Will he be getting sacked? Or will it be me cheering because we're 1 point behind Liverpool and we've just beaten them? Or could it be a draw? I'm not sure, but I will be live after the match tomorrow for a match reaction and for a watch along. So do subscribe for that if you're not subscribed. Plus, every subscriber counts, because we're trying to hit 20k by the end of 2020. And we're so close right now. 371 subscribers away. So do subscribe if you're not subscribed. And smash a like on the video if you want Manchester United to win. Let's see if we can get 200 likes. If you want Manchester United to win, smash a like on the video. And of course, the video is sponsored by Surfshark. So if you want a VPN that's trusty, that can do lots of cool things, and you want 83% off that VPN, use the code ATF. Click on the link in the description. Click on the link pinned in the chat to download Surfshark VPN, because it just makes you safer online. You can use the VPN to access all the American shows on Netflix and use American Netflix. You can use the VPN to access matches that are shown in America, not England. You know, the Leicester game we couldn't watch in England because it was 3 p.m. blackout. But if you have Surfshark VPN, you can download Peacock. You can watch the match from England. You know, all of that. So I highly recommend my sponsor Surfshark. Click on the link in the description. Click on the link pinned in the chat. Use ATF for 83% on. Thought I would just throw that out. But I am going to wrap up the stream in the next 5 minutes, guys. So any questions you have for me, pop them down below in the chat. I'll try and get through a couple more questions before I end the live stream. So any questions about the game, any of that, pop them in the chat. Let me do score predictions in the chat as well. But the talking points for today's video is Zidane would be happy to accept the Manchester United job if he gets an offer. If Ollie loses, his job is very unsafe and possibly sacked if embarrassed. That Donny is the only player really unhappy at Manchester United, and he looks like he will go in January, which means Manchester United could get a CDM in January after offloading Donny, and Lingard and Martial also could leave in January. Manchester United haven't won a Premier League game in 33 games, which is an absolute disgrace in my opinion. Ollie says he does not need Donny, despite Man United sitting in 8th place right now. Absolute disgrace to the comment from Ollie. I have to say that. Rashford, Bruno, thread of doubts. Martial and Amadiello are also set to be out for the game. Are we in injury crisis, or is it mind games from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Varane obviously is not ready. And will it be, hopefully Rashford's fit to expose Trent? They were the main talking points from today's video. And now Kane said this on the other channel, Alice. Away from United, I do not see Steven Gerrard leaving Rangers for Newcastle. Great job for Rangers. I don't see that as well. I think a lot of people are sceptical with Newcastle so far. And remember, guys, if you enjoy Alice Talks Football, make sure you give the stream a like, sub to the channel, and share. Big up Niall Kane for saying that. And 1-1 Villarreal scores, so Man, you must go past group. And yeah, Viva Ronaldo. Hopefully, I'd love it if Ronaldo scored the winner tomorrow, because there's a lot of people out there thinking that Ronaldo's the problem at Manchester United and not the Glazers, not Ollie, not the coaches. There's a lot of idiots out there thinking that Ronaldo's crap and he's a problem, and he's not. So I'd love it if Ronaldo went and scored the winner tomorrow. I'd absolutely love it. I don't know what you guys think about that. So Viva Ronaldo's in the chat. But I am going to end the live stream here, guys. So thank you very much, everyone that tuned into this live stream. Make sure you smash a like on the video if you have not already. And if you're not subscribed to Alice Talks Football, please do go ahead and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and updates. Any live chats you put in that I didn't answer in today's video, remember, I'm live tomorrow for a watch-along. There's a watch-along for Manchester United versus Liverpool tomorrow. So I'm going to be live for that. So if I didn't answer any of your live chats, just pop them on my watch-along tomorrow, and then I'll be live for a match reaction after the match. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. I'm super gassed for tomorrow, but also nervous. United Liverpool tomorrow. Let's be excited. See you next time.